Hey everyone, I'm going to do something different and I want to talk about what everyone's talking about, and that's the Whitney Houston tragedy. There's a lot of different layers and it's such a fascinating story and it's really close to my heart. And usually I don't really care about the celebrity stuff. I think a lot of it's fake, trust none of them, and a lot of the music stuff is saturated right now. But this woman in particular, she was a complete icon, and it's so true because I saw something or I heard about that something was on the news. My friend told me in the States that they were like, oh, it's a tragedy. She was worth more dead than alive. But the thing is, when you're an icon, and just if you look at Elvis, Michael Jackson, people of that type of stature, they can never surpass what they're going to be worth when they die, because they were an icon. So she's an icon. Of course, she's going to be worth more dead than alive. That's like a dumb thing to have an actual news story, or just even to say to find a negative out of such a positive um, attribution that she gave to society or gave to music lovers like myself. Also, um, I wanted to talk about the fans. One one thing that's a tragedy also about her life is that, you know how people, they just were so easily threw her under the bus. If you're a real fan, the sad thing is, yeah, this woman, she was able to, her voice, and not only voice, her beauty. She was so beautiful. She looked like she stepped out of a magazine when she first stepped on the scene. She was so gorgeous, like a supermodel, and so beautiful. So everybody wanted her. She had all the money. She could buy anything she wanted. The Hollywood scene, number one, is infested with drugs. I lived out there. I've been to those kind of parties. I know how much drugs there is. So that was just something that people do anyway out there. But she ended up having a problem because all this stuff that was, just think, first she married a guy who was at the top of his game when they got married. All he I remember, I was a little kid, but I remember when Bobby Brown stepped on the scene. He was cute back then. He can dance. He had a whole bunch of energy. All the girls wanted him. He was getting stuff thrown at him left and right. He was worth, I believe, 15 million bucks back then. That was a lot of money, you know and he married her. So the first thing is, no one accepted her relationship. They was always hating on him, and she was one of them. She was real stubborn individual. So the more they hated him, the more she loved him. She knew the media was haters. She called him out on it all the time, and she was a real, like, she had fire. She said what she believed. She was real honest, and that's one of the reasons I like her. She wasn't no fake person. And the reason I'm talking about the fans is that they loved her for her voice. And I loved her for her voice and everything she brought to the table. So I would have never booed her on stage. Like, all the stuff she has done for music, all of the she changed music as we know it. She's one of them people that anyone could sing her song and they would say, oh, that was good, but it wasn't as good as Whitney Houston. No one can duplicate her or match this woman, or go over. That's the same, duplicate or match, but go over, do anything better. She was just so good. So when her fans, I think that was a big point, breaking point. When her fans booed her on stage, who does? Why would you boo her? You knew the lady had a problem. She was going through something. For someone to be addicted to drugs, have everything they can have, they can get anything in the world. And for them to have a drug problem, and she got some demons inside of her. There's something she's not happy with, and that's like kicking someone when they're down, to boo them. Something that she loved. That's like if you love something so much. Think about this. she just wanted to sing. And when she talked about her story, she always said, I wanted to sing, I just wanted to sing. She really didn't care about the fame. She just wanted to sing for people. She knew she grew up with a mom who was famous and a cousin who was famous, but she was actually more famous, but she just wanted to sing. So just think of someone who just wanted to sing, and that's all you want to do in life. That's how much you love it. You love it. And for you to, for people to suck all the everything out of you so much and make you hate music. Just think about that. Like I think the media and the fans keep turning their back on her, or the fans who just wanted to suck the life out of her, just made her hate the industry, the music, what it represented. For a while, she didn't even want to sing no more. You know, it just was just too much for her. It's hard when you can't go out the house and everyone's just on your butt all the time, and that's why, you know, it's a trip because I think about these other singers that are just trying to get in. So they have okay voices, you know. People, you have people like Jessie J, you have people like Lady Gaga, you got what's the other girl name? Nicki Minaj. She's not a singer, but she's a rapper. But the thing that they all have in common is that they have all these secret messages in their videos to the people in the music industries and the secret societies in order for them to have a longer career. For her, she didn't need to do all that. She was just black and white. Just she can sing. She was beautiful, and she was just real. She wasn't trying to put all these crazy symbols in her video or wear these crazy satanic, like what Beyonce is doing with this satanic Bosman, whatever you batsman head on, or on her ring, you know, all them secret messages. She didn't have to do that or that. She was Whitney Houston, so that's something else, you know. And for also the abuse of drugs that affected her voice, for her to not even care no more, that's just hard. And then her daughter, you know, what her daughter have to go through, you know, just living in that shadow, you know, not being as beautiful as everyone expected, and people writing about that in the tabloids. She's beautiful now, but that's hard. Her mom was just drop dead gorgeous, and to have to live up to that, and to live up to the voice, and to live around the drugs and the media saying all these hurtful things, you know, that's a hard. And then for your mom to be taken away from you at such a young age. And then you got Bobby Brown, a guy at the pinnacle of his career who kind of just stopped it just so he could be with his wife. And to actually do that for her, and then he actually kind of resented her for that. That's a hard pill too, you know. So all these different layers on layers of what this poor lady had to go through. So I just wanted to talk about that, and just that my heart goes out to everyone in the story. And one more thing, let me see how much time I have, if I have any more time. Okay, I got 1 more minute. So I want to say about the Ray J thing. Everyone's like, oh, I heard Ray J. Like, it's just such a, they're so surprised by it. But I'm not, because I met Ray J one time. I met him at a party. I heard a lot about him, but I finally met him. And I might have spent maybe 45 minutes with him, Little Kim, and my other friend. And it was a trip because it was a whole bunch of other celebrities at this party. It was at a famous person's house. And they was just real. They wasn't trying to be in everybody's face. They was, you know, they'd say hi, do whatever. But they just was kicking it with me and my friend. Talking, just real. He just was a real dude. And I see that's why she liked him. He was a real dude. She was a real girl. And I think that's why she liked Bobby Brown. He was real too. She was real. Any interview you see of her, it didn't seem like she was faking a phone, just trying to be seen or trying to say something to be liked. She was just who she was. So that's one of the things I respect about that woman. So that's all I got to say. R.I.P. Whitney, and my heart goes out to everyone involved in that story. Peace out.